Hello, everyone, and happy Monday. It's actually Tuesday today because we had a nice little staff planning day yesterday to kind of make up for having to extend the distance learning last minute. So that's why you guys did not have online classes yesterday. So we're picking it up today on Tuesday, hopping into our writing project. So last week we learned about all the different elements of argument so that I could adequately prepare you guys for the writing process. That is not the only lesson you will get on how to do the writing, but that's just a nice model for if perhaps you did not watch any of my videos going forward, you would know how this type of essay is supposed to look and all the elements that have to go into it. So this week we are actually hopping into starting our project because we have limited time. Everything with distance learning takes a little bit longer, so we have to get a super early jump on it. And this is what we'll do until the end of the school year and then right before your final test, obviously. But yeah, this is our last project. So really put your all into it and watch the instructions each day, do all the steps each day, because if you fall behind on this, it's going to be very, very difficult to get you caught up, right? Because these aren't just worksheets you can, go through super quickly. This is an actual project. So I know that in a lot of your other classes you're doing projects, this is going to be another one of those. I apologize. I know a lot of people have been complaining about having to time manage a ton of projects, but it's just the way that this landed. So put your best effort into it. Do all the steps each day. I will outline for you what you need to have done each day so that you're not falling behind on it. So don't worry about managing your own time in that sense. I'll tell you what it is that you're supposed to be doing and we'll work through it together. So don't get too worried about it. Today is kind of going to be a more complicated day just because I need to get a lot of things prepared for you to be able to work on your own. So obviously you would have checked in first. Step 2 was this video, and then the next thing you're going to do is go into the assignment sheet, and I will run through that with you in case you don't feel like having to read it over again. So what we are doing is, if it will ever load. There we go. We are doing an argument letter project, and that's going to be focused specifically on environmental issues around the globe. So you can pick something as broad as an issue affecting everybody and as specific as an issue affecting only the Twin Cities. It doesn't make any difference to me as long as you pick a specific audience and a specific issue. So obviously we learned that a persuasive essay is a type of essay that makes an argument and tries to convince an uncertain audience. So maybe an audience that isn't quite convinced that this is an important issue or that something needs to be done about it. So you're going to be using the same kind of organization we talked about with Dakota's toilet training essay, all those different elements, but you're going to be writing to your specific audience on an issue that you will choose. So you are writing in the form of a letter, just like you did for your pre-assessment. You're picking a specific population, like I said, can be as broad as the globe, as specific as a specific city or government leader. And then you are going to write a letter convincing them to start doing something, stop doing something, or make some sort of change that you feel will solve the environmental issue that you choose. So your letter will have to be at least 5 paragraphs with an intro, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. There is no page count, there is no word count, it is just these requirements. And we'll talk more specifically about what has to go into those paragraphs in a bit here. So step 1, you're going to choose a topic from the list below, or you're going to come up with your own idea. What I have done, because I am just a wonderful teacher and I'm trying to make your life easier, is I've pre-researched a list of 9 topics. And so I know for certain that those 9 topics have articles that you will be able to use as evidence and they will be sorted out for you. If you choose a different topic, that's totally fine, but you will have to do your own research. So if you find that something you're really passionate about is not on this list or that I do not have articles for, you'll just have to go and seek those articles out on your own, which is really not that hard. And of course, everything has to be approved by me before you go. So you're going to want to think about who your audience is next. That's pretty easy part. Just deciding, okay, thinking about my issue, who is the person or group of people that I would write to that could actually make a change about this, right? You're not going to write to 9th grade 9A classroom. No, what are we going to do about it? You're going to write to a group of people that could actually make the change. You're writing a letter to them. So it can be a particular population of people. So if it's an issue where people have to make the change, right, you're going to write to the population of China, the population of Minnesota, whatever. You can write to a specific leadership group. So if it's for something that has to be addressed on a higher scale by like a specific person or group, you would want to do like the environmental agency, Congress, government, etc., or a specific leader. So the president, governor, mayor, congressperson of a particular area. And those are for those large scale issues that you know are specific to a particular position. Step 3 is once you settle on a topic and you know who your audience is, you're going to go obviously back into this folder and you're going to complete the pitch submission. That is an assessment submission, a little puzzle piece symbol. And you're going to submit me your topic and your audience and your argument, and I will either accept or deny it. I will give you feedback on your argument if it needs to be reshaped, and then I will give you permission to begin researching. Step 4 is going into Newsela, which is the website we're going to be using for research. Just because we're doing this so close to the end of the year, I don't want to have to do an entire unit of teaching you guys how to do like scholarly research. So what I've done is I've picked a website called Newsela, which is amazing. I used it for other classes that I've taught in my student teaching experience, and it's been really, really successful. It's very easy to use. Maybe you've already used it. It is essentially a big web base of articles on various topics that are already scholarly, already approved, usually came from a news source or a journal compilation of articles, and you can adjust the reading level on them. You can, find text sets with a bunch of articles. You can find just one article on topic. It's amazing. I'll show it to you in a bit here. So that's what we're going to be using. Again, you can dig outside of that if you really can't find anything on your topic, but if you pick a topic from my list, I have already found articles in Newsela for you. And so you will be reading those articles and taking notes in a template that I will provide for you. Once again, making your life easy. You'll just have a template that will say, here's quotes that support your argument, here's quotes that don't for your counter argument, and here's background information you might want to have in your essay. And you'll take notes on all of those things. That will come later this week. And then eventually I will give you another template which you will write into. So you're not going to be making your own document for this. I will give you all the documents you need via shared Google links for the notes and for the actual writing. So you're going to have an intro paragraph, attention getter, transition, and your thesis. So basically, hey, have you ever heard about littering? And then give your arguments. Hey, Amy Klobuchar, you should put more actions in place to prevent littering in Minnesota. I don't know. That's what that would look like. First body paragraph is going to be reason evidence, just like Dakota's essay. Second body paragraph, reason evidence, just like Dakota's essay. And then third body paragraph is going to be a little different. This is where you're going to do that counter argument. So if you remember from last Thursday, that's where you're going to do the, well, some people might actually think this, but I'm going to prove you wrong with my evidence here. That's what that paragraph will look like. And then obviously your conclusion is summarizing. So if we zoom down to the topic list here, basically, just like I said, you are going to be using Newsela for the pre-research topics, or you can come up with your own topic and do your own research. Main requirements for choosing your topic are, has to be related to the environment. This is an environmental project, right? We're doing this as an EE requirement, so I can't have you doing topics that are not related to things about world environmental stuff, right? And that's a broad ask, but I will show you what that looks like. It has to be relevant, so it can't be like the great oil spill of 19, no, it has to be something that still affects us today. And you have to be able to find 3 research articles related to the issue. All of these topics already have 3 articles found. So those are good. These are topics that I know have articles on Newsela. And there's more articles on Newsela even past the articles that I found. These are all great topics. But again, if you are passionate about something and you know there's research out there, go for it. Just get it approved by me first. So here's all the topics. As you notice, they're very broad, and I haven't formed any opinions around them, right? Because that's your job. So you pick the topic, but you're not done. You still have to form a thesis surrounding it. So if we were doing a different project and a topic was school uniforms, that would be my topic. But then I have to think, what is my opinion on school uniforms? Okay, I think that they are really great and unify students and remove distractions. Okay, so now I know my opinion. So then you're going to form an argument that would be good to target an audience to support my opinion. All Minnesota schools must require students to wear uniforms at school, right? That would be your thesis. Minnesota schools must do this. Minnesota schools must change this. Minnesota schools must stop this. That's what your argument's going to look like. So if you pick, climate change, you would say, I'm going to write to Donald Trump. I would say Donald Trump needs to implement more proactive solutions to stop climate change. And then you would find your claims and reasoning to support that argument. All right. So that's the assignment sheet. Read it over on your own if you would like. One more time. Otherwise, the next thing you'll do is you will do your pitch. So the only thing you're really submitting to me today is this. So you're going to go in, looks like this. You'll go on attempt. It's not like a graded thing. It's like just showing me what you're writing, your essay on. I would like to write about. All the topics are here, or you can select other. Next section, who is the audience for your letter? Who can you write to that would actually make the change? Here's where you would write that in. Then, what will your argument be? This is where you would tell me, my audience should do this to support my opinion. All right, and then I will look those over and give you feedback as soon as I can. So that is going to be due tomorrow, so have that in by Wednesday. And then the very last thing that you're going to do, so at this point you've read the assignment sheet over again, you've submitted your topic and argument, and the last thing you're going to do is join Newsella, because what's cool about Newsella is that I can create a page with all of these articles, so we can all have access to the same stuff. So it'll say join writing and composition. You'll say it's my first time here, and you will sign in with your school Google account. I'll show you what that looks like. I created a dummy account so that I could show you what it'll look like for you. So when you go to take notes and such on your topic, so that'll be tomorrow. Don't worry about that today. Just get signed up today. But tomorrow, you will want to go to your progress once you get into your account. And this is if you're using one of the topics that's pre-researched. And then you are going to go to your work, and all of the articles on all the topics are listed here. So air pollution, sustainable fishing, all of these articles are applicable to the topics that are on the topic list. You could also say, okay, well, I'm not doing one of those topics. I'm doing, I don't know. I pretty much covered every topic, but let's say you're getting specific and we're doing melting glaciers. And you're like, okay, there's no specific articles that Miss Holloway picked on that, but I want to find some. All right, so what is a glacier? Climate change will affect the glaciers in this way. It's this film review about global warming. All of these articles are perfectly applicable for that specific topic. So once you get specific, you can go past the articles that I've chosen and find your own stuff if you feel like you are a better researcher than me. That's totally cool. Like, I didn't think about all the specific subtopics that you could have picked. I just thought, okay, on a broad scale, climate change, pollution in general, plastic. But what you're doing is taking the topics that I've given and deciding what specifically I want to write about. So by the end of today, Tuesday, I want to be very, very clear because there's a lot of steps today. Check in. You're already watching the video. Look over the assignment sheet again. Browse the topics. Once you find a topic that interests you, designate the topic, arguments, and audience on the assessment here, and then you're going to join Newsella. Once you have done all of those things, and I have approved your topic and argument, I will send you a message on here, and I will say all of your stuff is approved. You are good to move on to note-taking tomorrow. If you don't get that email from me, you cannot move on to tomorrow's assignments. You have to get all of these steps done first. If you miss a step, you're totally going to be behind on the project. Today is crucial to get set up for this project. Again, I am doing this so that you guys have all the tools you need to manage your own work and so that I'm not having to check in on you a million times throughout the weeks as you write this. This is how you're going to get set up to have a really, really nice essay. Okay, so essentially today I should be receiving that pitch from you. And if you have any questions at all, if you want to get an alternate topic approved from me, please shoot me a message or email. All right, thanks guys.